Welcome back to Big Ass Watches. Today is going to be battery replacement. I'm going to replace all four of these, and I'll do upload for each one. But all four of these are dead, so they all need new batteries. And I've got my handy dandy cat toolbox that is stuffed with tools for watch replacement or battery replacement, replacement pins, changing straps, measuring, replacing gaskets, watch hand puller and replacer. I got pretty much everything I'm comfortable with doing, which is everything but rebuilding movement, I've got in this box. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to start with the 0336, and then I'll get to all the rest, because these three here on the bottom all use the same battery, which is Rhonda 395. I don't know how close. And always use the Swiss-made batteries. I don't buy Energizer or Duracell to replace my Swiss-made watches. It's always Rhonda. And then this one I've never opened before. And honestly, I don't even know what the movement is. All the rest of my Coalition Forces have a Z60, but this one is not. As you can see, it's kind of dark. It doesn't have the day of the week there, so it's a different movement. So anyway, when I open up that one, it'll be a surprise for both of us. But all right, let's get started. Okay, so here I'm going to remove the pin from the micro adjustment to allow better access to the case back. Always keep your finger over that pin when you pop it out, because it's a spring pin and it will fly. Now I've got the case back opener, and I'm going to turn the case back to the left to open it up. Now I bought this little ball to take the case back off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think I need to inflate it more, but at this point right here it kind of got jammed up, so I had to use a tool on it again to pry it loose, pop it loose, and then I was able to screw the rest off by hand. That little screwdriver right there with the yellow or gold end, that's a 0.05 millimeter screwdriver, and you'll see here in a minute there's two screws I gotta take out, and this little tiny screwdriver just fits in that standard top of the screw. I had bought two other sets that didn't get small enough. So the way I do this here is I remove one screw on the 8040 movement. I'll remove one screw. The other screw I will loosen, and I will slide the cover over the battery out of the way. Right here I'm removing the plastic guard that keeps the movement in place so it doesn't flop around. So here I'm removing the screws that hold the battery cover on. I have this little watchmaker's putty that I use to remove the screws. Without it, it'd be hard for me because I got sausage fingers. And with this little putty, everything sticks to it. So it's used to like clean the glass after you replace the movement. I use it like this here with the screws, because these screws are so small. I try to grab them with tweezers, and the tweezers, for some reason, I grip them too tight or something, and the screw has went flying before. So that putty works awesome. Now here I'm removing the battery cover case, and what I do is I slide it to the side. There we go. Slid it out of the way. I'll just pop the battery out. Dead battery's out. Now, as I said before, I use Rhonda batteries for all my Swiss-made movements. They're Swiss-made batteries, and that's what comes with the Invictas. And so I felt the best battery to replace the battery is the same battery. So they're like $5 to $10 for a 5-pack on Amazon. Not too expensive. There we go. Pop the new battery back in. Now get that battery cover back in place. And sorry, my hands are in the way. Now I'm attempting to pick back up the screw with the putty. I normally use 2 hands. I don't know why I'm trying to do it with one. I mean, this screw is so tiny that you can't even barely see it. Picture the smallest screw you've seen, and then shrink it by like another 50% probably. These screws are so small. The screwdriver tip is so thin that it's hard for me to even see which way the flat part of it is pointing. And I don't use any goggles or any magnifiers. I use my bare eyes. So thank God I still got 20/20. But it's a struggle. So of course, on camera, I'm gonna struggle, and this one little screw, I just could not get it to tighten. So it was just spinning. I don't know if I stripped it, but so you're gonna watch me struggle for a while. I tried editing this part out, but my editing skills aren't that great yet. So yeah, you have to watch it. The struggle is real. So I'm trying to figure it out. What's going on? Why won't you tighten? So of course you can use brute force, but on something this small and something as fragile as a movement, you don't want to just shove it in there and try it. So I'm trying to be gentle, but trying to get the screw in at the same time. So right here, I'm finally gonna get it. Now it's screwed back in. Now it's time to put the plastic guard back in. And I don't know why, but on camera, I feel like it's double the struggle. There's not as much thinking when I'm doing it without the camera on me. And with the camera on me, I'm trying to overthink things. And yeah, I struggle just getting this little plastic guard back in, which normally just pops right back into place. So when you put that plastic guard back in, there's the cutout for the crown stem and the two pushers, and so you got to make sure those are aligned before you snap it into place, or else you're gonna bend your stem, or you're gonna have those in the way to it. The watch doesn't function properly. So okay, now that's snapped back into place. Now the case back goes back on. Check if it's ticking. It is. So I continue to tighten. Now I'm showing you, there it is, and it's ticking. Well, the reflection's in the way, but yeah, it's ticking. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. There's a finished product. Have a great one. God bless.